This is OLOBOLLO, a deathmatch filled with magic, mayhem, and footballs. We're Team Blackthornprod, two brothers making this game using Unity. In this video, we'll talk about the beginning of our OLOBOLLO journey, a behind-the-scenes peek at how it's being developed, our plans for the future, and we also share a free demo of the game you can test right now using the link in the description. We've been playing a lot of great local multiplayer games. Unspottable, where you need to blend in with the AI and punch your friends in their squishy faces. Ultimate Chicken Horse, where you both design the levels and play through them. And Wibbly Witches, a manic deathmatch filled with sorcery, creatures, and giant explosions. Inspired by these creations, we set out to make our own local multiplayer video game. It began with the hint of an idea. A physics football game. We quickly made a bouncing ball, simply add a physics 2D material to the object's rigid body, with bounce set to 1 and you're good to go. You could toss around this ball with your OLOBOLLO. It was very important from the get-go that we make the game playable with controllers, since we couldn't possibly play all on one keyboard. After fiddling with Unity's built-in input system, we realized there was a better, more robust solution called Rewired that handles anything to do with player inputs. I love having some idea of how the game might end up looking. I don't really enjoy staring at blank squares for too long, so I made some art, clearly influenced by the many months spent making Dashing Fire, with the vibrant colours and silhouette environment. This was of course just the beginning. We quickly realised that knocking the ball around with the player wasn't very accurate or skill-based. We didn't have much control over where the ball was heading, so we decided to put into place a pick up and shoot mechanic, whereby golden powers spawn around the arena and can be collected. The player can then press RB to blast a ball or spiky projectile in whichever direction he or she likes. We focus our energy on making different powers. The white ball needs to be shot at the opponent's goal, which we call the core. This removes a point from the core, and when it reaches 0, that player is eliminated. The heart power, on the other hand, heals whichever core it collides with. All other powers, like spiky projectiles, monster eggs, homing bolts, need to be aimed at the opponent's OLOBOLLO. Should they reach their target, the victim's core will lose a point, and the OLOBOLLO will respawn after a second. I'm particularly fond of the monster eggs, which hatch vicious bats that chase the nearest player. We got them dodging obstacles using the awesome A-star solution. On a side note, try and say OLOBOLLO 10 times in a row with a straight face. Levels took a big chunk of our time. Liam would do a lot of level design. We came up with a couple fun environment pieces we could then mix and match inside our arenas. For example, the laser beam, permanent monsters which obliterate poor OLOBOLLOs, creatures that spawn irritating bats, and shooting horrors. There was always the sketch. Liam going in, placing a bunch of prototype elements, simply getting the structure in place. We would then test the arena, balancing not only the placement of hazards and walls, but also the spawn rate for powers and the specific powers available. For example, a level with only bat eggs would play out very differently from that same arena with homing bolts and spiky projectiles. I would then beautify the play area, often taking screenshots of the prototype and drawing over that in Photoshop. I would make nice walls surrounding the OLOBOLLO battlefields and add parallax to the scenes with abstract floaty shapes in the backgrounds and foregrounds. Every arena is contained in a single static screen space, with no camera follow, which completely cancels any parallax effect, which I remind you is the illusion that objects farther away move slower than those which are close. To fix this, I made a simple animation where the camera slowly moves up and down. My brother and I would love it if you tried this game. The demo includes 10 levels which can be played with 2 players. We've also made awesome progress for 3 and 4 player modes, as well as a 2v2 team modes. But that will be for the final release of the game. This will be Blackthornprod's 3rd commercial video game, and we're super hyped. We've already set up the Steam page, which of course, like everything you see and play here, is a work in progress. If you like the look of this project, or want to make our day, then wishlisting would be super appreciated. Working on a multiplayer game like this is such a blast, and having friends and family play, give feedback, and enjoy our work is extremely satisfying. We want to add more powers, levels, polish, and possibly a single-player adventure set in this universe, and making use of the pick up and shoot mechanic. So your feedback will be priceless. Let us know what you like, dislike, ideas for powers, enemies, and levels. Please join the Blackthornprod Discord server to chat with me and my brother and share your thoughts over there. In the meantime, here's a small clip of us playing a game of OLOBOLLO. So, here we're playing OLOBOLLO, our little game that we've been working on for the past month. So here we have a nice tutorial. This is maybe something we'll change in the final version. So here we're choosing your character. Choose
the happy one. Happy character. Alright. Let's avoid that shot. Go to the goal, score.
Oh.
Take another ball. Score.
1-0, everybody. Who's gonna win? Place your bets.
Take this. Shoot.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, 1-0. It's a 5 points to win. A match of OLOBOLLO.
Score that.
I remind you guys, OLOBOLLO are the little characters that we are playing. They're called OLOBOLLOs.
You stole that
See,
from
as
me.
you can see, we can steal balls. Alright, I'm not doing too well. They're 3-2. So as you can see, we can steal the powers from your opponents. So if Liam is carrying, for example, this monster egg here, he could technically snatch it from
I'm gonna
me.
heal myself one. Oh, so that's safe.
This is crushing me. This is
Take
completely crushing.
that, and dead. Dead.
Not quite, it's called. Oh,
There we go.
Damn it, sorry, he crushed me. That was an awful game. Awful game.
Play back to the point where you said you're better than me at the game.
I'm typically better than the end. What can you do, right?
Just trying to heal myself again. Good save. Oh.
Don't you dare. Oh no.
Come on. Shoot you down. There we go.
Oh, this is not cool. This is not
Stay
cool.
where you are. Stay. What was he trying to?
Oh, 2-all.
Being cocky.
The problem, eh? Overconfidence.
Oh my god.
Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay.
There will of course be more devlogs on this project, so stay tuned and subscribe. Thanks a ton for watching. Hopefully you're excited for Blackthornprod's OLOBOLLO journey, and remember to wishlist the game on Steam. Cheers!